We take you to Palmyra, Virginia, where some armed Trump supporters set up shop outside a Democratic candidate's campaign offices for 12 hours. And here is coverage from the local news.
Well, I'm just trying to provide a voice for some of the people that might be like, closet supporters of Trump. Other people that are a little worried to speak out because, of possible persecution and stuff. I just wanted to provide you all with a voice and let you know there's more of us out here than you think. Prior service member, I was charged with working on different weapon systems throughout the U.S. military. And if I had done a quarter of what Mrs. Clinton had done, I would be serving mandatory time of 10 years under federal penitentiary.
Here's the reaction from someone who was working inside the campaign offices of Democrat Jane Dittmar. Here's her thought on it.
My candidate was a liar, and I explained to him this is the Jane Dittmar office, and Jane is paying for this office.
But volunteers say that isn't what upset them.
And he turned sideways to be sure that we would see that he had an open carry gun, which is legal, it's fine, but it's intimidating.
Park says it's his legal right, and there's nothing wrong with it.
We're not a threat to anybody. The only threat is ignorance, and ignorance will breed fear.
Volunteers say they support his right, but not his action.
And if he wants to support his candidate, that's fine, but, don't come here and stare into the office all day and expose your weapons.
There you go.
Virginia's 5th district, where I almost ran, by the way.
Oh, that's really?
The Dittmar race. That's close to Charlottesville, Virginia, where there are educated people in Albemarle County, Virginia.
By the way, those two guys, they should, I don't know if any casting directors out here in L.A. are around, but if True Detective Season 3 comes back, those guys can find work.
ZZ Bottom.
Well, that's funny you mentioned their looks because, and I don't want, it's not the focus of the story, obviously, but Aaron Wissinger, the guy in the red hat, you take that red hat and put a turban on, and then he comes there with a gun. He's in Guantanamo Bay. Okay. Then we're not having a conversation about his legal rights to carry, right? So, I mean, look, we've seen, getting more serious now, we've seen Philando Castile, who had a legal right to carry his weapon in Minnesota, get shot because the cop freaked out that there was a black guy with a gun. And even though he had told the cop, I have a weapon, I'm telling you as a legal gun owner, boom, 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 right? So these guys come and stare into an office of an opponent, political opponent of theirs, with weapons. We've gotten used to it, but we shouldn't. We're a frog in slowly boiling water. So, we find it normal. Yeah, of course. I mean, in America, a democracy, what we call the leading democracy in the world, people show up with weapons outside of an office and look at it for 12 hours and try to intimidate people. I mean, look, if it happened in Latin America, we'd say, oh my God, look at these thugs, this banana republics. Imagine they did that in Venezuela. Communists, they don't understand democracy. They think that what you're supposed to do is brandish weapons near their political opponents. This is insanity, man. You think I don't know if you thought those guys looked mentally stable, but let's assume that they are, right? They put together sentences, although there was a greatly ironic sentence of, we're not a threat to anybody. The only threat is ignorance, and ignorance will breed fear. I was like, I don't know that you understand the full irony of what you're saying, okay? But if everybody starts showing up with weapons in front of their political opponents, okay, Republicans, oh yeah, Second Amendment, they're good patriots over there. All right, remember when the new Black Panther Party showed up with batons, I think it was, in front of a voting area, kind of, in Philly once, 2 of them? Imagine if new Black Panther Party starts showing up in front of Trump offices. They got a right to carry too. They're also Americans.
Yeah.
And they are heavily weaponized. And then they surround a Trump office. What? We're Americans. Second Amendment. You better not protest that at all. They're just coming in to see how you're doing.
It would be great to see that. It would just be amazing to see that.
Well, it would be until the cops shot
Until
them.
the cops shot them. It would be
or they started shooting each other, or until just people started shooting and then people started getting shot. And
look where we are. This is the shit we're talking about around this election right now. We haven't, we're not talking about Syria. We're not talking about, it's not our fault, but this is what's been thrown at us. And it's just such a crock of shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We got to him. We ruined Michael's attitude toward America today.
Well, I still like it, and I love, Albemarle County, Virginia, but.
Yeah, no, man, this is scary stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody's not stable, nowhere near it. And you bring enough guns to a place, at some point, somebody's going to start shooting.
Yeah.
And it's America, and then the other side will start shooting.
Look, if
And
it's
we've
in a
turned
house, we see it. I mean, I'm interrupting you, but you're totally right. If a gun's in a house, more likely it's going to be shot. If it's outside, at a rally, at anywhere else, what do you think?
Yeah.
We're turning the whole country into the OK Corral. So this is super dangerous. Young Turks membership is awesome.
Says who?
Me!
Please believe me.
Look, you guys make this show happen. We couldn't do it without you. TYTnetwork.com/join.